Halloween. Can you believe it?
What's gonna get our moss out?
You pretend like you moved on, but you're actually just obsessed with death.
This time, he's more dangerous.
It's time to lock your doors. Grab your knife for the fight.
Hey, what the? I got you! You psycho! You started this!
And tonight, I will finish it. I know you're here. Come and get me, motherfucker. You came here to kill me, so do it.
So what's up, Halloween fans? Welcome to the JEFFMAN316 Pop Culture Reporter channel. I'm your host, as always, JEFFMAN316. And here, the week has finally come. Anybody that's tuning in now or later, this is being recorded on Friday night, and we're 1 week away from the official debut of Halloween Ends. I know it's going to show in theaters probably midnight the night before, but hey, anybody that wants to talk Halloween Ends, that's what we're here. I'm doing a review series. If you don't know, check out on the channel of all the Halloween movies. I'm in the middle of recording my Halloween Kills review. I appreciate all the feedback you guys gave me last week. But this week, if anybody shows up, I want to get your opinion on Halloween Ends. If you've watched any of the videos on my channel, you've seen that I've been a Halloween Ends. I've been called a hater recently because of the content of the movie. Being, not as focused. I think it's not going to be focused on Michael Myers. It's going to be more focused on this Corey character. And that's one of the things that everybody's been arguing with me. I'll go ahead and let everybody know, and I'm not going to spoil it here unless you guys ask me specific questions. But I basically know the plot from beginning to end now, and it's not changing my tune. But I will say, as I've always said with all my reviews, I'm a visual guy. You can read a description or hear somebody's opinion of it, and they usually put a twist on it. And Halloween Ends is getting a pretty, bad rap as far as most people are concerned. But since I know exactly what happens and how the plot breaks down, I'm still worried about Corey and how that's going to play out. And I'm worried about how they're going to affect Michael Myers, because ultimately, I know I've mentioned it in streams before, we're all probably Michael Myers fans more than we're Laurie Strode fans. And I know that sounds weird with him being a serial killer, but hey, you know how that goes. Sensational Cinema, what's up, everyone driving home from work? Hey, be careful, man, but I appreciate you doing that. I don't know how much longer you got till you get home, but you could have waited until you chimed in then. The Ends mask looks great. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it, seeing it in person. I got it right here. Did you watch, Cody, did you watch the review I did? I forget who it was. One of you guys last week asked me to do that, so I wasn't planning on doing it. But so a couple hours ago, I posted a review of the Halloween Ends mask. Like I said, photos of it online don't do it any justice. It does look pretty damn good in person, and they do a good job of putting on that fake mold. It really looks like it's some kind of I don't know, almost like a Q-tip type cottony fabric. And Dougie, hey man, I have to work. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hey man, I appreciate you coming by. I missed you talking to you. I appreciate you coming by, Jeff. I can't wait until this movie drops. Greg Romero, Greg Romeo. You know what? Even though everybody's calling me a hater, I can't wait for it to drop either. I mean, I'm almost to the point where I don't know whether I'm going to stay up and try to watch this thing. Do you guys know what they did last time with Kills? If anybody watches this, do you know, do they drop it at midnight? Somebody told me it was not going to drop to midnight on the West Coast, which means that would be 3 o'clock in the morning. And that's pretty damn late. I don't know that I can stay up. Last time what I did is I got up super early and watched like half of Kills before I went to work, and then watched the rest of it. The difference being, Kills, if you don't want to spoil anything. But I've been talking about it. Kills, I think, has got basically one of the best 15-20 minute openings of the entire Halloween franchise. And so it kind of hooked me. I'm kind of worried about Halloween Ends, though. Is the beginning of that going to hook me? Because I already know what's going to happen in that first scene. It's going to be what happens to Corey. But either way, I'm wondering if that's going to hook me. Just watched it. Tell me you saw the White Rabbit QR code. Yeah, I didn't see a QR code. I've been skimming through SmackDown tonight. I was late starting to watch it. But I did see that 8-bit type video game graphic they did with the rabbit jumping, digging in the hole, and then saying Extreme Rules. And then I don't know. So one guy was telling me after watching the video I did about the White Rabbit that Bray Wyatt himself, if it is him, isn't the White Rabbit. That the White Rabbit is like in the Matrix, is what you're following or whatever. It's not the actual character. So I don't know. I believe it'll be on at 3 a.m. Yeah, that sucks. Because I'm not staying up to 3 a.m. to watch it, because then basically it wouldn't go off to almost, it's like an hour and 50 minutes. That would be like 5 in the morning, and I got to get up at 6:30 to go to work. So maybe I'll just get up super early and watch part of it. It was at the very beginning, one of the 3 little pigs, and it kept repeating, let me in. Well, that's kind of cool, because I've got it recorded. Like I said, I skimmed through SmackDown after I got home from work. Been trying to busy so that I could get everything done so I could sit down with you guys tonight. So I've got it recorded on my DVR, so I'll go back and hit it up. Do you think Michael's going to die in the new movie, and are they going to make another film? I don't know. I mean, anybody else that's out there, I know what happens at the end, and unless there's multiple versions that they filmed, and somebody said that they watched a final screener this week, and it's been somebody that I haven't 100% went by everything they say until somebody else confirms it. But a lot of what they told me does line up with what other people have told me about the movie. I'm watching on Peacock. I get it free through my cable company. So do I. I'm planning on watching it on Peacock. And if something happens and I'm really uber impressed with it, or it looks good, or I get it really excited, then I'm going to go see it on Saturday or Sunday at the theater. But I'm perfectly fine after a hard day's work. It's really tough for me to go after working 8 or 9 hours to then go to the movie. I don't have a theater near where I live, so where I work is like 45 minutes away, and I'd have to stay there until it's time to go to the movie. There was also somebody in a White Rabbit costume sitting behind the announce table for a minute. That's kind of cheesy. I saw somebody walk last week out with a sign and stand behind them. So they're just blatantly just throwing that shit right in your face now and then. That's kind of cool, though, I guess. Yes, he will die. They'll make more, but it's not in this timeline. Yeah, that's what I say. There's multiple versions of the ending. So, obviously I haven't seen it myself, but one of the versions, let's just call it that way. One of the versions does have where she cuts the mask off of Michael and then ends up killing him. And then she almost doesn't trust the fact that he's not dead. And then so they take him to the junkyard and do something with his body. Are you guys talking about WWE? Yeah, sorry about that, man. Cody and I I like Bray Wyatt, and he mentioned it. That was the guy that became the Fiend. Over the last couple weeks or months since Triple H took back over for Vince McMahon, and he's been bringing people back, he's been dropping all these cool hints of things that possibly could happen. Watch the video. I mean, it's only 8 or 10 minutes that I did, and I only did the one, and I'm not going to do any more, but I just wanted to show people how intricate and detailed they've become on there about trying whatever this character is going to be. It's cool. Yeah, check it out, man. Like I said, I just think it's kind of cool where they're doing QR codes on the screen, and you scan it, and then it takes you online. Then that gives you a hint, and then you go look up something, and then people are deciphering this shit, using the Predator language. It's pretty cool. We'll be bummed, but be excited now, because afterwards there'll be a lot of mixed emotions. Yeah, that's what I was telling people, and I think I might actually say it in my Halloween Kills review. I'll have to go back. I don't remember. I wrote it like a week ago. That I say, you guys think that it was divisive, the Halloween Kills movie. That's nowhere. That is nothing divisive at all compared to what the fuck's going to happen up in Halloween Ends. I mean, that whole movie from start to finish is going to be divisive. We can go back to Halloween. I was just excited about the videos tonight. No, that's fine, dude. I mean, the purpose of this stream now, I'll have to review ends when it comes out. This is more mess me. I'll do, like I said, and I know, look, I'm new to YouTube. Well, I'll actually want to tell you guys something about that, but me being on YouTube, I'm new to the fact of I have a low volume of comments. I've been told by some of the bigger YouTubers to not listen to that shit. Don't worry about it. That any comment is a good comment because it gets traffic on your channel, and I'm fine with that. But I'm at the beginning, infancy of my channel, and I want to respond to a lot of it. So when people, I got dudes bitching at my hat, saying how silly it fucking looks. I mean, it's my character. I'm a reporter, and it's old school. I like it, so I'm not changing that. But stuff like that, I don't take any of it personally, but I do want to respond to everything. So I try to come up with a response to even the negative comments. I know that if something happens and I stick with this, there's no way I'll be able to answer every comment, but that's cool. I heard McMahon left. I haven't watched WWE in years. Yeah, well, if you're going to watch it, this is probably a good time to get back into it because, yeah, Vince was forced to retire because of that sex scandal that they were having, and he didn't want all that to come out. So the cool thing about it is they're changing up stuff, and Triple H is actually head of basically everything talent and creative now. Don't worry about the haters. They the fake Myers fans that think Laurie Strode is the franchise when she's not, and she is the cause of this movie going to shit. Keep doing your thing. No, I mean, I am. I mean, I think in the grand scheme of things, look, I work 50 hours a week and I do YouTube. Usually I'll just tell you guys what I usually do. I joked in a video and talking about I wore the same shirt a lot. Man, I'll write stuff on Saturday when I got time, and then I'll sit down for like 2 hours and record a bunch of damn videos on Sunday. And then I'll just sit there in the evenings and edit those things out. I mean, I don't have time to, like these other guys, to spend hours every day doing YouTube, but I enjoy it, and I love movies, and I love talking about movies, and I love the fact that I've got some mainstay guys. And I mean, I recognize you guys on my comments of my videos and stuff. So I think it's fun. I mean, I just do right now. I'm doing it for fun. It's not like I make a lot of money doing it. Watched the new Hellraiser movie night. I liked it. As soon as we get off of here, I've already started it, and I like the look of it. And as soon as we get off of here, I'm going to watch the rest of it. I don't have to work this weekend, so. I don't care that Corey is in most of the movie, but it better pay off. Yeah, that's what I keep saying. I've got one of the guys, and I don't think he's going to be on here because he's in the UK. So I got a guy that talks to me a lot, and he is an uber. I mean, he is just like a super Myers fan. So he's pissed at any thought of Myers either dying or Laurie getting one up on him. And I'm like, well, I was at first. If you go back and watch some of my Halloween Ends videos, I was literally using the first couple to vent and to kind of bitch about what the hell is this Corey guy. Now, I will tell you this, anybody that hadn't seen it, they have not spoiled hardly anything about the way the movie's going to open. So you're going to get probably a good 10, 15 minutes at the beginning that you've only seen flashes of in the trailers. So that's good. I worry, though, that they've actually spoiled the ending too much. I mean, I got a couple photos I'll throw up for you guys. And I think that's some bullshit the way that they did one trailer that didn't spoil a lot of anything. You couldn't tell that there was, unless you knew, you couldn't tell that there was a copycat killer or whatever. And then they bombarded for about a 2-week period of time all these 30-second TV ads. And I've got a video that I'm doing this week that, if I'm going to call it like spoilers, if you're watching the movie and you can't figure out who is Myers and who is Corey, then this video will tell you. It's really simple. There's only 2 or 3 things to look out for. So I just think it's silly that why did they drop all that shit like in a 2-week period of time, went from nothing to then they they just wasted showing all those scenes. Is it worth buying Halloween films on 4K or Blu-ray? I will tell you the quality back in the day of going from DVD to Blu-ray was night and day. And yes, it was worth it. Now, I will tell you this. I haven't watched but a few minutes of that new 4K set. But if you're talking about the original shout titles of Halloween 1 through 5, Halloween looks excellent in 4K. It looked great on my TV, and a lot of detail, a lot of depth with the few colors. If you look at it, it's a really light color palette, and they don't there's not a lot of color. If you think about it, there's no blood in the movie, so you don't really see it. But I will tell you this, Halloween 2 and 3, I've never seen them look better. They look excellent in 4K, so I recommend at least getting 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 are good. But if you don't have a big fan of the movie, the Blu-rays would probably be good enough for you. But I will tell you, I mean, if you only have DVD, you need to get them on Blu-ray. They a lot better. The new Hellraiser was good. Yeah, I haven't heard a totally negative review of it where everything was just trash. So I trust you guys. And like I said, please don't spoil that in here. If you guys are gonna talk, I don't mind Halloween Ends, but I haven't watched Hellraiser. And the Halloween Ends, I always tell everybody I'm such a fan of Halloween that I almost wanted it spoiled once I heard that people were going to be divisive about it. I haven't heard anything but good about Hellraiser, and I don't know anything about it. So, speaking of that, of movies, the Jeepers Creepers Reborn is now on demand, and I've got a Voodoo credit. I'm thinking about getting it just so I can sit there for an hour and a half and shit on it, and then I can tell you guys about it. Oops. Made it home. Jokes hit or miss. It's all good. I laugh at a lot of things that others may not think is funny. Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, I've got a weird sense of humor. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people think is funny. Speaking of that fucking Monsters movie, dude. I mean, there's a couple guys on here that I've talked to that loved it. I thought that movie was hot garbage. If Mike Flanagan made a Halloween movie, would you watch it? Yeah, of course. I mean, look, dude, I've watched all of them, and as I say, I'm a movie fan, and I've tried to find. If you watched my Halloween Halloscreen review series, even in the ones that I don't like, and I don't like Halloween 5, and I don't like Resurrection. I tried to find some positives in there, and I threw some good. There's at least a section where I mention a couple positives in there. But I'm not gonna totally shit on every movie. I will tell you one of the reasons why is I've kind of become friends with a couple guys that do some fan films, and I've got some behind the scenes looks and stuff, and I know what it takes just making those. So I can imagine what it takes to make a real, theatrical movie. I mean, you got to give the people that are in there some credit. But what bothers me is you got a franchise like Halloween, and they don't invest the time or money to make it original or make something cool when they just slap shit together like they did with Resurrection. I'll be watching Hellraiser later on tonight. Yeah, me too. That's what I'm planning on to do once we drop off of here. And I don't really have a time. We can go however long we want. I'll drop off of here and I'll watch Hellraiser. And I've recorded a couple of reviews that I'll tell you guys about. I really want to start doing more movie reviews on here, but I don't have as much free time as a lot of these other ones. Jeepers Creepers Reborn was garbage. Wasted a free Redbox rental on it. Yeah, I'm basically thinking about wasting pretty much a credit on Voodoo to get it, but I would own it, so I don't know whether that's good or bad. Was there any redeeming factor whatsoever with Jeepers Creepers Reborn? And I don't know what the hell is wrong with my stand tonight. I'm sorry, it's wobbling a little bit if my camera looks weird. Who do you think is going to be the new James Bond guy? I don't know. I heard that they were interested in either Tom Hardy or Idris Elba, and I would be happy with either one of those guys. Hey, look, he said it. Tom Hardy would be the new Bond, in my opinion. I think he would be excellent as the new Bond. And like I said, I don't mind. I'm not a feminist or masochistic or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't want a female James Bond. I was really afraid in that last one that they were going to say that other girl was going to take over the role. I just don't think that the character, it would be the way, I don't think that character would be written very well to be a female, especially when they're, trying to take plot elements of some of the books and stuff and put it in there. Just sub to your channel. Smells like teen horror. I appreciate you, brother. If you haven't been around much, I mean, my channel has changed a lot over the last 2 years, and I'll tell you more about that here in a few minutes. But it's probably more horror related. My favorite two movies are Jaws and Halloween, the original one. So I talk a lot of horror movies. But hey, I made myself a drink, so I got my little Halloween glass again, got some rum and stuff in there. So I drink to you. I appreciate you subbing to my channel. I would love to see David Bruckner and Scott Derrickson direct future Halloween movies. Yeah, I would love some of those guys that's made some of this newer horror movies that are really interesting, not that PG-13 shit. I would like some of those guys to grab one, I love Sinister and love Black Phone, a movie that's kind of gritty or whatever. It's almost like you could go back and reboot one and have it. One of them would probably make a really good one that takes place in the 70s or 80s or something like that and make it look good and not be as white trash as Rob Zombie did. I couldn't believe it had a $5 million budget, really bad CGI and green screens. Yeah, dude. Somebody showed some screenshots in a Facebook group I was in, and I think I could probably do better, or I might have already done better with some of the green screens I did in my little intros in my Halla Screen review series. It looked like trash. How would you feel if Kevin Bacon played Freddy Krueger in a future Nightmare on Elm Street? Actually, I was one that somebody said that a couple years ago, and I was pretty much okay with it then, because if you watch, Kevin Bacon is an actor that's got a really wide range, man. He's been in comedies, and he's been in action movies and horror movies. He was pretty much probably the best part of that. What was it? They slash them, that was on was that a? I don't remember. Was that Peacock? I can't remember. I reviewed it on the channel. That movie was hot garbage. Speaking of hot garbage, it was a movie that I know what it was. I don't even have to look it up. If you guys seen a movie called Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon, that's a highly recommended movie. If you ask me, I think he's really good in that. Plus, that would be kind of cool thing about it. Kevin Bacon, one of his first movies was well, he did Animal House, right, and then he was in the original Friday the 13th. Do you watch horror documentaries? Yes, I do watch some. I've got a few. I love the one that was the Friday the 13th one. And then the one about, was it Never, what was the one? The Nightmare on Elm Street one. I've even got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one they watch. So yeah, I watch it. I haven't watched that new It one, the Pennywise one, but somebody told me that was on Shudder, and I haven't checked that out yet. If Ends makes 150 million plus, they'll definitely reboot or remake Halloween movies again. Well, I mean, even if Blumhouse doesn't keep it, there'll be another studio that'll buy the rights to try to reboot the damn thing. I mean, Paramount or one of those, with Scream being rebooted and making all the money that it did. And they're even saying that they felt that Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on Netflix was successful enough to where they might want to do a trilogy of that piece of trash. So, hey, you never know. I mean, if it makes any money whatsoever, yeah, they're going to keep pumping those out. My idea for, I think we mentioned in the last live stream, is they should, now that Danielle Harris is like 40, what is she, like early 40s? She could have children. It would be the perfect time to go back and maybe reboot the movie after Halloween. What you could say, after Halloween 4 or 5? Let's skip Halloween 6 and pretend like that didn't exist, and then advance it 20 years later. And Jamie would be the age, that she is now in real life. And even James Duke Courtney could still play Michael at that point. And somebody told me that they met him at a convention here a couple weeks ago, and that he did say that he would love to play Michael again. Ari Aster should direct the next Nightmare on Elm Street movie. I don't know. Well, maybe. He does some cool things with camera angles and stuff. Speaking of that, the two of my favorite movies are Hereditary and Midsommar. I know Midsommar, you talk about a divisive film. People either love that movie or most people hate it. I love it. If Eddie Alvarez made a Friday the 13th movie, would you give it a shot? Hell yeah, I love him. I just recently watched the 4K of that I bought. If you watch my movie hunt, I picked up the Evil Dead 4K. I know a couple of the YouTubers said that they didn't think that the quality of that video was they said it was good, but it wasn't like eye popping. Dude, I thought the first scene when the girl's in the forest and then they bring her down into the basement and light her on fire, that looked so good in 4K. And then the ending is like excellent when it's raining red. That movie looked excellent. I was glad I upgraded that. That's one of my favorite movies, and I even said it last week, I think, when somebody talked about it. I've already got to the point where if I'm going to watch Evil Dead, that's my go-to version. I don't even, unless I want to joke, like laugh and that kind of thing, then I'll watch the original Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness. But I love the remake of Evil Dead. That movie is gruesome, and I remember actually cringing a little bit in that part where the girl cuts her arm off in the movie theater. Crystal Lake Memories and Never Sleep Again are great. In Search of Darkness isn't bad either. Which one is In Search of Darkness? Oh, that's the one with just a bunch of clips. Yeah, I donated and got whatever it was, Indiegogo, and got the second one of those. Those are all good. I like all those. Do you know where I can get, what is that? I don't know what you're asking. Do you know where I can get what? What does that mean? I don't understand. Definitely, Jeff. See, I'm sorry I didn't got a little bit behind. I want Spyglass Media Group or A24 to get the rights to the Halloween franchise. Oh shit! Can you imagine if A24 got the rights to Halloween? What kind of it was? I would see A24 like turning the movies over to like each sequel would get a different director, and you get some weird ass take on it. Like maybe like you said, the Ari Aster on one, and you get some of these other cool directors on there. That might be kind of cool. Do you know where I can find In Search of Darkness movies cheap? No, I don't know. I haven't looked. I can check around. Send me a message on Instagram on JEFFMAN316, and if I can find it. And speaking of that, why is my there it is. There's my logo. I fucked everything up. Couldn't get my things on there. Look. And then, not that anybody's going to do it. I always forget to put that on there. Hey, anybody that watches us now in the future, if you want to help me out, I got my info down there. You can hit us with a super chat, or you can donate to my channel. I buy the few donations that I have gotten, I've used to buy movies that I've talked about on the channel. I love that idea by Danielle Harris. Yeah, I just think it would be good. She's at the right age now where she almost could be the Jamie Lee, from back when H2O started. So they could reboot it there. And if not, think of something. Where else would you reboot Halloween other than where they did? I really almost wished Halloween 2 was canon, but I understand because even Carpenter doesn't like the brother sister angle, and I don't really like it either because they never explain how he knew or if he knew that she was his sister. A24 movies are great. Yeah, most of them are. Even the ones that aren't great usually have some quirky, weird quality about them. Have you seen Men? I know that got bashed because they said it was woke as hell, but I kind of liked it. Every movie's going to have some kind of wokeness to it nowadays with what's going on in the world. I ignore that shit. I don't care about any of that stuff. Evil Dead remake and Dawn of the Dead remake are both really good. Yeah. Hey, look up on the channel. I did a remakes video where I picked like my top 5, and I think both of those are in there. I'm pretty sure. I know Evil Dead is. Call me crazy, but I wouldn't mind seeing Guillermo del Toro direct a future Halloween movie. I loved Antlers, and that's why I thought of him. Yeah, Antlers was really good. That was one of those quirky movies that, kind of like Brightburn, where you don't really know where it's going to go. And then when it does, you're like, well, I wouldn't have thought that's what would have happened. Neon is a good production company. Yeah, I've started to see their name pop up more in the stuff because I try to watch a lot of while I'm editing videos or writing some of the stuff that I do. I try to watch a lot of cheesy horror movies. I watch a lot of Shudder. Even before they got me to do some of their screeners, I was watching a lot of Shudder. Would you rather have Sam Raimi or James Wan direct future Nightmare on Elm Street? I don't know. James Wan usually gets these really weird ass scenarios, and that way he can apply a lot of his cool style and camera angles too. So I would almost think that I would probably like Sam Raimi because he's got that chaotic style sometimes where it'll go from like really, low level, like not a lot going on, to like just like in your face, kind of like the Evil Dead movies. So I think I would probably like him doing a Nightmare on Elm Street better. Can you imagine some of the scenes, like the nightmare scenes, if Sam Raimi got a hold of them? I think those would be excellent. In Search of Darkness 1 and 2 are on Shudder. Are they on Shudder? I didn't know they were on there yet. Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, so I recommend Shudder. I mean, it's only like, I only pay like $5 a month. I think I get it through, I don't know if I get it through Amazon Prime or not. It's the best $5 I spend every month. Shudder is amazing. I love it. They got old school stuff. It's always something new popping up on there to watch. I haven't yet. So Scott Derrickson would be my choice for more Halloween movies. Yeah, I think I'd lean towards that compared to some of the other guys we mentioned. I think he would have a really nice edge to it, but it would be really smart. Like he'd be able to figure out something to do with these characters, I'm sure, that would be unique that we probably wouldn't think of. Sam Raimi for a Nightmare movie. Yep, that's what I said. Hey, if Jordan Peele made a Halloween movie, could it work? I don't know. I think he tried to put some political message in it, or some kind of social commentary, and I don't need that shit in my Halloween movies. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he structures his movies around those. Halloween's already established with characters and, you know, the feel, the look of it, all that stuff. We don't need anybody trying to come in there and reinvent that shit and put like a social message around that thing. Shutter just started charging. I had it for free through Roku, and now they want $6. I'm paying for it though. Yeah, I've signed up for it when it went pay, and I'm paying, like I said, like $5. I think I get it through Amazon Prime. It is well worth it. I love it. Cody says, I'm excited for Nicolas Cage playing a vampire again. I'm just excited that Nicolas Cage seems like he ain't off his fucking rocker, and he's like making movies that are actually interesting to watch again. It was weird when he went through what I call his Walmart phase, where every week you could trust a new Nicolas Cage movie dropping on there, and he didn't give a shit about any of them. It's almost like once he made Mandy, it like woke him up. Maybe he took some really good. He's sticking his tongue out at me. Look, maybe during Mandy he took like some really good psychedelic drugs or whatever, and it knocked him back into reality. But either way, so yeah. But if we don't talk about anything else, I would like anybody that's on here, like normal, like Cody and you guys, if Halloween Ends does not have as much, this is the way I feel. If you wanted Myers in all his glory, Halloween Kills was what you need, because Halloween was his return. Halloween Kills. Now that I know what's going to happen, it was named Halloween Kills for a reason. He got all of his kills. Then Halloween Ends is the end of this story arc. Obviously, if you don't get as much Myers in it, or he doesn't do as much as he did in Kills, do you think it's going to be a disappointment? Do you think that the old school fans or the hardcore fans are gonna shit all over that movie? What do you guys think? Wait a minute. Mandy was great. I really enjoy Willy's Wonderland too. Yep, I like both of them. I mean, neither one of them are like, great like go-to movies, but the look of them and just being unique. What do you think about that? Speaking of Willy's Wonderland, I don't know what made me think of this, but what do you think of that Winnie the Pooh movie, that horror movie that's coming out? A Nick Cage and Seagal movie would be fantastic. Yeah, can you imagine those two egos trying to be in the same room at one time? Nick Cage and Van Damme. Yeah, that's true. Nick Cage and anybody teaming up is good, because I mean, I love Face Off. I thought him and Travolta did a good job. Before we lose everybody, I want to show you guys something real quick. All right, I went to see Barbarian, and I've recorded my review, so watch out for that posting this week. Is anybody that's on here now or planning on seeing Terrifier 2? Let me know if you guys have. I'm down to check it out. It's going to be a B movie for sure. I thought of another trilogy after Halloween Ends that invoke Allison. Halloween, The Fate of Allison, Halloween Generations, Halloween Forever. Yeah, I think the problem with that is I don't know that I've heard that actress playing Allison is really digging, like, becoming the new Jamie Lee Curtis and wanting to be in these movies. But I've heard good things about Terrifier 2, and I'm not afraid to say that I'm a big Terrifier 1 fan. I love All Hallows Eve as a cheesy anthology movie, but the two local theaters around me don't show unrated movies, so I don't have any way to see Terrifier 2 unless I'm going to drive like 2 hours, and I'm not doing that. It'll be streaming on Screenbox in 2 weeks, so was going to go to a double feature of Terrifier tonight, but it didn't pan out. Yeah, I'm not driving. Terrifier 1 was good to me, but it's not enough for me to be driving like an hour and a half, 2 hours to see. Can't wait to see Art the Clown again. Yeah, I'll just wait for it to stream. I heard Terrifier 2 is 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'll check it out. Yeah, I think it's closer to 2 hours and 15 minutes, something like that. But what about this? If you guys who watched The Munsters, and what did you guys think of that? I recorded my review of that, and I'm going to be editing all my reviews this weekend and posting them. So, either way, I'm not going to spoil. I've already kind of spoiled what my thoughts are with that, but Anybody that's seen the Munsters has watched, just drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Because I've actually read 2 people that I trust a lot about what they talk about movies actually liked it. So I'm starting to wonder, is it just me? What did I miss in that movie there that some people think that it was good? All right, there, I put that picture in there in case somebody didn't bring it up. I just put a picture in there about Hellraiser. So the ones of you that seen it, did you have any problem with it having a female Pinhead? I read that Clive Barker said that he never intended the Pinhead or the Cenobites to have any sexual orientation anyway, so that it didn't damn matter to him whether it was a male or a female. You couldn't pay me to see that piece of shit. I'm assuming piece of shit, you mean that piece of shit, the Munsters. I watched the Munsters. It was one and done for me. I will tell you this. I'll tell the person that that they tell me that they liked it. I don't remember laughing one time in it. And I mean, I said that in the review I recorded. I mean, Jesus, man, come on now. You just earn and you follow on IG and Twitter. Appreciate it, brother. I don't post a ton there, but the more I do here and the more giveaways and stuff I do, and I'll be talking about that in a few minutes. So, the more we do with that stuff, the more I'm going to be using Instagram and Twitter and stuff. So stay on there, even if you don't see a lot of new stuff from me. I thought she did great as Pinhead. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. So hopefully I'll enjoy her as Pinhead. I love the set design and lighting for the Munsters. It was a dazzling piece of eye candy. Other than that, it was mediocre. I wouldn't watch it again. I would watch it again, but not much more. Yeah, I mean, I just watch my review of it. You'll know how bad I think it was. Yes, Jeff. I thought I would hate it to death. I hated it to death. I wish it would go away. Hey, are you going on Thursday to see Halloween Ends? No, I was talking about that earlier. The way I work, I'm probably just going to watch it Friday morning, part of it, or Friday night. I'm going to watch it at home, because now that I basically know the whole plot, it's not uber impressing me. How many times have I said fucking Uber tonight? Maybe it's because I'm drinking too much. It's not impressing me, so I don't know that I want to watch it in the theater. But if I like it, then I'm gonna go see it in the theaters this weekend. It was totally kid friendly. Yeah, and that might be the problem. Rob Zombie does not need to be writing comedy for children. Jamie Clayton was really good as Pinhead. Yep, I've heard nothing but positive things. So I appreciate you guys. I mean, I've trusted a lot of what you guys have said about movies. It looks like we like a lot of the same stuff. So it looks like I'm going to be really enjoying that. I heard really positive reviews for the new Hellraiser movie. Yep. I mean, the good thing about it is, here's what I think. The movie got I'll go back to that in a minute. That movie did not get a lot of hype. A lot of people didn't even know it was coming. I actually saw somebody at work today who liked Hellraiser and didn't even know that movie existed, and he has Hulu. So I think what's happened with Halloween is we got this damn hype train for the last couple of years, and everybody's expectations is high. And then because of the possibility of them shitting on the Myers character, and it is what a lot of people, that's what quote unquote some other people. I think that's why our expectations are so high for the last one of this trilogy, that if it's bad, it's going to, piss off a lot of people. But the Hellraiser movie had no expectations because a lot of people didn't even know about it. And I think that's what's happened. I mean, our expectation level is really deciding how, we approach some of these movies. Have you watched the first episode of season 2 of Chucky? No, I didn't have time to watch that. Somebody told me it wasn't as good as season 1. What do you think? Did you watch it? Hopefully Halloween Ends is more kills in 2018. Hey man, Tabata Vision, I've been watching a lot of your stuff lately. I like your style. I wish my shit was as cool as yours. But I appreciate you hopping on here. Hopefully Ends is more kills in 2018. What do you mean by that? I can probably tell you, because I've already know what the plot of Ends from beginning to end. What do you mean by more kills? Like there's more actual kills in it? Because Halloween Kills was he killed like 25 people. My 9-year-old son liked it better than the original. You talking about the Munsters? Well, that tells you a lot. I mean, kids, that's fine. I mean, but I'm a 50-year-old fucking man. I don't want to. Rob doesn't have kids. I thought maybe he made it for his kids. I Googled it now. and no zombie offspring. Maybe that's a good thing. No zombie kids. Nope. Have you watched the movie on Shutter that Rob Zombie's brother made? What was the name of it? I don't remember. I think I have. So thank you. No, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming by. Hey, I would love maybe now that I thought of it, maybe there's once this Halloween shit that I'm doing is all these movies. Maybe I could get you on the channel and we could you could talk Halloween with me or something once we watched Halloween Ends. I'd love to get your take on it because I like you and I've thought a lot about the same. Like I remember watching your Night of the Return Living Dead, a couple of your videos on there, and I thought they were cool. So it'd be cool to chat with somebody who's got kind of like same thought process about some of these horror movies. Allegoria. No, I started it and got interrupted and haven't finished it, but it looked really good from what I saw. You're talking about Hellraiser. Okay. Your 9-year-old's watching the first Hellraiser? What kind of world we live in? My mom wouldn't let me watch that shit when I was a kid. Season 1 Chucky was pretty decent. Yeah, I like season 1. I didn't dig the adolescent love story, but as for the Chucky, it was good. Yeah, everything Chucky related was good. So, yeah, see, I saw what you're saying. Now I'm talking about Hellraiser. Yeah, either way. I pretty much hated 2018. I love kills, not because of the kills, but the type of Halloween film was. You know, I like that. I like to maybe get you on there to talk about that. I liked both of them. I really liked kills. I always tell everybody the first 20 minutes is excellent. And if you take out that one little section about those idiots thinking that possibly could be Michael Myers in the hospital and all that evil dies tonight shit, if you take that out of there, the movie is really good. I like everything else about it. The humor seems really grounded. It seems realistic, you know, with the two guys, the couple. I like that. I thought the humor in the first one was forced. The humor in this one seems natural. I really like the way that the movie flows. I'm a big fan of Halloween Kills. I think that it's one of those things where I like 2018, and the more I watch Kills, the more I like it. But I got a feeling I'm not going to like Halloween Ends. What are your honest thoughts on the character of Allison Nelson in this new Halloween trilogy? If you could change anything about her character or improve on what would it be? More of her. This should have been a passing of the torch. We needed more of her and less of Laurie, if you ask me. If you're not going to have Laurie in Halloween Kills, then you should have had way more Allison in it. How about less Tommy and more Allison? That would have done, sounds fun. Yeah, that's chat, man. Hit me up on Instagram. Whatever, I like to chat with you, and we can hook up something where we can chat on a stream here soon. So yeah. I mean, Hellraiser, I think I'm gonna like it. 2018 and Kills need to be watched back to back to do both films justice. Yeah, I will agree with what a lot of the bigger YouTubers say is you got to remember Kills was the middle section of a trilogy that was planned out once the first one did well. Kills is not really should not be watched on its own. You really need to put it. It's almost like Empire Strikes Back in the middle. I think ultimately, I think I'm going to feel about how this Halloween trilogy the way I did the Star Wars trilogy, where the first one was really good. It was hey, it's it's bright, shiny, it's new. I like it. It's great. And then the Empire Strikes Back, when I was a kid and saw it, I was like, what is this shit? I don't like this. And then I love the Return of the Jedi. It's got Ewoks in it. I think that's the way I'm going to be now when I go back and watch that trilogy. Star Wars is great. Empire Strikes Back is fucking excellent, top notch. And Return of the Jedi. So I think that's what I'm going to feel about this Halloween series is I'm going to like the first one. I think the more I watch Kills, I'm going to like it more. And then when I get to Ends, I'm going to be like, shit, I don't need to watch this one ever again. Oh man, I love Sinister. I could just sit here all night long and talk about fucking Sinister. I can't believe they made such a poor sequel to that, but I love Sinister, man. Ethan Hawke is excellent in that. I think that's why I liked him in Black Phone, as I'd seen him so much in Sinister. That is my favorite movie too. I love it. And every time I watch Sinister and Seven, the more I watch them, the better they get. Like you just get the nuances and the feeling of it. It never gets old. If we ever get more Omen movies, who would you want to direct them? I don't know, dude. I've never been a fan of the Omen movies. Do you talk about somebody? Ari Aster would make a really good Omen movie. Kills are great. The hospital scene was the only garbage in it. Exactly. And now that you got it at home, You can either hit fast forward, or like on the button when I'm watching my 4K, I can just hit the next button and I can get rid of that scene and the whole movie is great. I would like to talk to you on IG sometime. Hit me up, brother. I mean, I work during the day. When I go to lunch, sometime when I'm sitting there eating, that's what I do is I answer a lot of my YouTube comments and my Instagram stuff. I'm a small channel now. So, as I grow, I might not be able to do it, but hit me up on Instagram anytime. It was hilarious when Myers threw the drone back at the couple. I would have ran my ass off if I saw that drone come back at me. Exactly. A lot of people say that the people in Kills make some of the stupidest decisions, but isn't that a trope of horror movies? Everybody in horror movies makes stupid ass decisions. My son has been fascinated with horror since he was 5. My parents took me to see Jaws when it came out. Maybe that planted the seed in me that I've liked horror movies. I also loved the idea in the 80s of getting into Tom Savini and figuring out how they made movies. So the only thing that sometimes bothers me in horror movies is when they have realistic violence, like when they're showing a real knife cutting through flesh, not just like the scene in Evil Dead when she's sawing her arm off with that electric knife. That's cringeworthy right there because that shit looks real. Sinister is great. Yeah, I don't know. If you don't like Sinister and you're a horror movie fan, I mean, I don't know what's wrong with you. Sinister is one of my favorites too. I mean, I like you guys popping in here. This kind of proves, people like-minded stuff kind of flock together and have same opinions. It looks like everybody in here likes Sinister. I know a few people that hate Sinister. But hey, they didn't like Hereditary either, and I love that movie. If I made a Halloween trilogy, I would have Mike Flanagan, David Bruckner, and Scott Derrickson direct them. I'm referring to the trilogy about Allison. All three of those, like we mentioned earlier, I think all three of those could make an excellent Halloween movie. So yeah, sign me up for those if they ever made one. I cried as a kid when I saw Return of the Jedi. I cried when the Ewok was shot dead. Hey, you want to hear like a really horror, not like horror, but an evil kind of minded thing? Think about this, and it's fucking true too. So the Ewoks, everybody thinks of them as warm and cuddly, friendly little creatures, right? Well, not really. What was the first thing they did when they captured C-3PO and like Princess Leia and all those guys? Didn't they have them tied up on those sticks? And if you look at the playset, like the original 80s playset, those, I don't know what they were called, but that's the bar that they're putting over a fire pit. So they were planning on eating them if C-3PO hadn't been the quote unquote god that they thought he was. The Ewoks are getting ready to eat the humans. So they're not as warm and cuddly and fuzzy and friendly as everybody thinks they are. I guess you never went into the ocean again after seeing that. Well, I wouldn't say I never went into the ocean, but I did. I was weary of it. But like I said, I've always kind of like horror movies. I didn't go deep in the ocean. Let's just say that. Sinister is probably Blumhouse's best horror movie. Yeah, and that was Blumhouse before it was Blumhouse. Like that was when they first got started. So they hadn't like, blew up and everybody knew that everything that they made was supposed to be, great. That was like when they were still Paranormal Activity, just getting their feet wet and all that kind of stuff. Good night, everybody. I'll see you on your next stream, Jeff. Have a good one, buddy. Appreciate you, Greg. I love. Thank you for coming by and supporting the channel anytime. I love talking to you. Looks like we like a lot of the same movies. So if you ever get a topic that you want to talk about, hit me up on Instagram and let me know, because once this Halloween series is over with, I don't know if I want to talk about Halloween again for a long time, or are we going to be beating Halloween Ends to death because of how good or bad it is? If I made a sequel to the theatrical cut of Halloween 6, I would have Adam Wingard do it, knowing how great You're Next, The Guest, and Godzilla vs. Kong is. Hey, you know what? I was telling somebody about The Guest, that's a very underrated movie that I recommend to people. I really like You're Next too. So yeah, that'd be a good idea. Where I think it would be pretty interesting to see is what he could do with a franchise like Halloween. Yeah, I agree. I admit David Gordon Green has done way more with this than I ever expected, and it's pretty good quality. I mean, you have to admit that, and the special effects are good. And he picked an excellent guy. Shit, let me get my mask in there so you can see it. He picked an excellent guy to be Michael Myers. So I don't, for all the bad, there's a lot of good. I had a stuffed animal, a Wicket. Yeah, think about that though. As you're a kid, I mean, those Ewoks could have been trying to eat you. Cool, man. Yeah, appreciate you. Come back next week anytime, and we'll talk. Give me some ideas about topics. I would love an anthology series about Halloween 3 on Peacock or on Netflix. Yeah, I love. Halloween 3 was one of those, obviously, because I was so disappointed it didn't have Michael Myers that when I was younger, I didn't like it. But as I've gotten older, Tom Atkins is a fucking man. I love Tom Atkins. Let me go back here real quick. Let me see. I would have Eli Roth direct episodes. Why Eli Roth? Go watch Eli. No, I agree. History of Horror is really good. He is a horror movie buff. He kind of reminds me of like the Kevin Smith of the comedy. He is to horror. Like he's like such a historian of it that he's real respectful for it. I would just call it. Yeah, that movie should have just been called Season of the Witch. Let me see the last thing I was going to tell you guys. All right, have you guys seen the trailer for Violent Night? That trailer looks amazing. My wife and I are polar opposites on this. She thinks it's blasphemous to have a Christmas movie that is a horror movie / sort of horror, but more action, if you want to ask me. But this is basically, I was telling somebody, you remember watching Scrooged, and they were pitching all those ideas to Bill Murray, and he was showing all those clips or whatever, and he basically had like an action version of The Night Before Christmas or whatever. This is it right here. Violent Night. Go watch the trailer for this, and you'll laugh your ass off. This movie is going to be excellent. I can't wait to see it. Dave and Gordon Green did a superb job making these Halloween films feel authentic to 78. Only thing he needed was a better group of writers. Exactly. Danny McBride shouldn't have been as much of an influence on this trilogy as he was. But like I said, has anybody seen the trailer for Violent Night? If you haven't, when you get off of the stream here with me, go watch that on YouTube. That movie looks excellent. Drop a comment on here and let me know what you think. I like the trailer. Look good. I'm referring to Violent Night. Yeah, that movie is good. Speaking of that, though, the other thing I wanted to mention. I didn't even realize this until somebody told me the other day. This will be my 2-year anniversary on YouTube Sunday. So I keep telling everybody that I'm going to do a giveaway. So I've already decided what I'm going to do. Hold on one second. There's my Halloween Kills mask that I wore in the little intro clip I did that I made. Shit. I'll show you when I get off of this thing, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Have you seen any news about this movie? It's called The Mean One. You know, like when they say the mean one, Mr. Grinch, the guy that plays, and I forget his name, the guy that plays Art the Clown is going to make a horror movie where he's an evil version of the Grinch called The Mean One. I don't know if you guys have heard that news. To me, that's a great idea right there. And there was the one still shot they showed. Happy 2 years. Yeah, I appreciate it. Happy anniversary. Think the first time I came across your channel was the camp. Oh yeah, the Camp Blood set. Is that what you mean? Yeah, I mean, I need to get him back. Yeah, Camp Blood set. That was cool. Yeah, my first year was more toys. I've kind of got out of that stuff, and my channel picked up steam since I started talking about movies. So, all right. The other thing, I got some steals here from Halloween, and I'll give you guys a little brief before I get off of the pictures. Some insight. One of the videos that somebody asked me to make, and I'm probably going to do it leading in the end when it comes out at the end of the week, is somebody was like, well, you seem to know when Corey's on the screen and when he's not. Well, this is one of the steals I'm going to use. I mean, you can obviously tell this hand here is not Michael Myers, and he's picking up this knife. So there's some scene in there where somebody's got coveralls on it, and he's getting a kitchen knife, and it's not Michael Myers. It's not fucking rocket science to tell when it's Michael Myers and when it's not. But speaking of that, I'll use this photo here in the intro little thing. I think that's a badass photo of Michael Myers. So hopefully it will at least get some cool scenes and ends like that that'll have some showing the mask and what he looks like, after, I think it's going to be 4 years that he's going to be wandering around the sewers. And that photo came out this week as a promo photo, and I thought that was pretty cool. With Michael looking up, that's probably like when he's down in the sewer. And here's another photo that I used in the video that I'm giving you guys a sneak peek on. If you really lighten the photo, you can see that Michael's holding up that girl and going to stab through her in the trailer with his hand that's basically rotting away. And you can see how bad his hand has gotten, how gruesome it's gotten since he has had his fingers blown off and didn't get any medical attention. And then this was the other photo I used in there. If you look at it, there's no way those coveralls are clean. There's no mold and dirt on them. And then the hands on there, if you look at it, I accidentally cut the other hand out. The hands are totally clean and they don't have any dirt on them or anything. So it's going to be easy to tell in the movie when it's Michael and it's not. They're going to make it obvious. So everybody just needs to get over the fact that Michael is not going to be the only killer in this movie. And everybody, when I make those videos, keeps coming at me saying, you don't know what you're talking about or whatever. I get a lot of hate on there. So especially like sending me Instagram messages, but that's fine. I mean, that's what it's about. I don't know if you guys can see this one. Maybe if I drop myself off of here, zoom in on it. This is a picture from, I guess, inside the junkyard, and you got the record there. This is somebody looking, and if you look forward, there's somebody without a mask standing there. And then that's in one trailer, and here's out of the second trailer that I found. It's got the same lighting, so it's probably the headlights of that truck. That's the person standing there. If you zoom in on it, I can't do it here. It looks like it's Corey. But look, he's holding the Myers mask, and you can tell his hands are clean. Plus, the pants are so balled up at the bottom, you can tell he's short, and they're too big for him. So that's got to be Corey getting ready to put the mask on and kill somebody. And then I don't know if you guys saw this. If you pause one little frame out of the newest trailer out of that NBC trailer, you see this photo here. It's basically Myers getting ready to kill somebody and Corey standing behind him watching. So I thought that was just weird that most people haven't connected the dots yet of what's going on there. And then if you look at this shot, this was the one I was looking for last week, and I had it on my other computer, and this is on my laptop that I'm doing this on. Look at this ending here, look at the amount of blood that's on Laurie. She's got marks on her neck. She's got cuts on her face. She's got blood all around her shirt, and she got blood here. She's obviously stabbed somebody, and got pretty significant amount of blood on her. So either way, that was the last photo I had. So that's a sneak peek preview of the next two videos that I'm posting this week before Halloween Ends comes out. So you guys got a sneak preview tonight. I'll go back to this. Anybody that supported my channel over the last couple years, I really did not realize that I had been doing it 2 years. I'll tell you, the first two videos I did were more than 2 years ago, and it was I did it as basically an advertisement. I made some custom wrestling figures, and if you go back and look, my channel used to be called JEFFMAN316 Customs. And that was because one of the things I did was I made custom action figures. And so I made some guys some custom wrestling figures. And the very first two videos were, I don't know if Cody's still on here, Bray Wyatt from the Firefly Funhouse. I should have brought him on here. I made a retro small, like Hasbro figure, kind of like the ones that are the old Hasbro figures right here. Those are from the 80s, the WWE figures. I made some, they did retro ones. I made a Bray Wyatt from Firefly Funhouse, and I made a Tommy Dreamer, and I made them from somebody. And before they paid me, I did a promo video of them. And then I said, hey man, these look so good. I posted them on video, on YouTube. And that, one of them, I forget which one, has got almost 12,000 views. So I thought that was kind of cool. How would you feel if Allison became the next Jamie Lloyd, Halloween 4 Jamie Lloyd, that is? You mean the same actress, or the idea of being the main actress in a Halloween movie? I don't really understand the question. But to finish what I was saying, So I started doing toy reviews, and the first two videos, I'm like, well, I'm going to do a little bit of both. So one video is as I unboxed the Fiend, a figure of the Fiend, and the second video was I unboxed my Criterion of. Are my Criterions over here? No, the Criterion of the Elephant Man, which is one of my favorite movies. That's awesome about the custom figs. Hey, I still make them every once in a while. The idea of the movie. I mean, I like the girl that's playing Alice, and if they did anything with her, I'd watch it. I think she's good. Yeah, I appreciate that. So I still make custom action figures every once in a while. I made somebody a custom CM Punk. I've made a bunch of custom like He-Man shit. But either way, so I said what I'm going to do is where the channel organically grows and goes is what I'm going to do. So the first year I got more hits on my toy hunts and my custom figures or whatever, and then I started doing talking about movies and unboxings, and then I hit the Dollar Tree stores and all of that stuff over the last year. The movie stuff started growing, and then the first live stream I did, I just was like, hey, wherever it goes is where it goes, and we talked about movies. So that's where the um the channel has kind of progressed. So I there's a guy out there that does toy reviews called Mr. Stargill's Fig Reviews, and we were both kind of starting up around the same time, and I asked him for some advice, and one of the things he told me was that he liked my channel but he didn't understand what I did, because if I didn't post custom figures but once every custom couple months, what the hell was JEFFMAN316 Customs? And I was like, I don't know, dude, I'm new to this. So I went ahead and said, he said, what do you call yourself? And I was like, well, I really want to be more like I'm just reporting on whatever's cool at the time. So he helped me change my name. And that night I went ahead and changed the channel, and I've been doing movie stuff ever since. So it's boring. I know. I apologize for all that, but remember when Jamie was supposed to become a killer, but that didn't happen? If they ever decided to do that with Allison, could it work? Yes. But I see in this storyline more of the possibility of Corey becoming the new boogeyman than Allison, with the way they end it. So, and I don't want that. I don't need a reboot with a different Michael Myers character, or boogeyman, because it wouldn't be Myers, because Myers would be dead at that point. But yeah, anybody take a look at it. Before we get off of here, I also want to recommend something to you guys. This was an Indiegogo I signed up for. Was it like 2 years ago? I forget. It's a movie called Vengeance. It's a Friday the 13th fan film. And some of the guys I've started talking to online, especially Peter Anthony, you've heard me mention him on here before. He was a producer of this, and he actually had a bit part in it. There's a part in here where he's on a chain gang, and they meet Michael, and he actually confronts Michael. So he you don't know exactly whether he survives or not. But they just made a second movie, and it's called Vengeance Part 2 Bloodlines, and it debuted last night on YouTube. It's free. Go check it out. I posted about it. It's really good. I'm recommending it. Hey, I'm out of here. Look forward to hearing your thoughts on Hellraiser. Hope we get what we want at Extreme Rules tomorrow night. Too sweet, brother. Yeah, too sweet. Appreciate you, Cody. As always, look forward to your thoughts on Extreme Rules. So hopefully it'll be something good. So if anybody's here, what I was thinking about doing is I was thinking about showing you guys the trailer for that real quick. If it works. Hold on a second. This is for that fan film I was talking about. If you like Friday the 13th, you're going to like this.
She's looking for her dad. The one guy that we all know can go up against Jason.
You need to stop being a problem and be part of the solution. And stay home.
Hey guys.
While they're getting started, I'll go ahead and tell you the two girls, the young girl and the older one, main characters, their father is Tommy Jarvis. That's why he's talking about he might be one of the only ones that can stop Jason. And this is a continuation Voorhees in Friday the 13th Part 6. He plays Elias Voorhees in this, but I'll go ahead and spoil one thing. There's a scene toward the end where they actually get CJ Graham from Part 6, Jason Lives, to put the original Jason costume on, and he actually has a scene in the movie, and I don't want to spoil everything, where he's Jason one more time, and it's pretty epic. I'm such a fan of it, and talking to the guys about it, supposedly one of the producers is going to try to get a lot of that cast. We're going to end up doing an interview on the channel, so that was the only reason I also wanted to bring it up, is look forward to that. So one week I may have the cast from that fan film. And I don't know if you guys watch a lot of fan films, and I know they get a lot of bad reputations in the past because a lot of them are terrible. But these things are starting to get a lot of support on Indiegogo, and they're getting a lot of money, and they're actually starting to churn out some really high quality production. And like I said, that thing has got an epic burn where Jason kills somebody by putting them in a fire, like around, a fire pit type of thing. He catches himself on fire, and he basically gets up like, I don't give a shit, and walks around on fire. So to me, it's better than the fire scene, because he's all nonchalant about it. He doesn't seem as mechanical as the Freddy versus Jason one, and they had a fire scene in that. To me, this one is a lot better. And like I said, the production quality on these fan films is getting so good. The special effects are really good. It's all practical effects, very little CGI. And then I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, they bring a few other characters back of people. They're not uber big parts. They're not like, they're more like extended cameos of people that were in the Friday the 13th movie. So these are becoming more than just fan films. I mean, these things are becoming a showcase from some of these guys eventually will make good movies. So I've been proud to talk to some of these guys behind the scenes. So this looks great. It is. So look it up on YouTube. If you look at my community section, I posted, I think, about that I was watching this, and that'll remind you what the name is. But look it up. Vengeance 2 Bloodlines. James Brooks is the guy who helped make it, directed, and he plays Jason in it for 99% of the movie until CJ Graham actually makes a screen appearance as Jason Voorhees. So support these guys if you can, because they put a lot of work and effort in there. If you haven't watched it and you do like Friday the 13th Part 7, go back and watch Roseblood, which is a continuation of Part 7 story. That's a fan film that Peter Anthony made. And he's been a friend of the channel, so I'll support him anyway. If you were on the live stream last week, he dropped me a $5 super chat. He was the one that did that. So Peter is an excellent guy, and he's a horror movie fan too. He was on one of the live streams we did where he picked his Halloween. He ranked the series from best to worst. So, but I appreciate getting some new viewers on here tonight. It was really fun, and we didn't have a lot of downtime. And I blew through a lot of questions. I know I need to get better at that because I skipped some and had to go back, and the conversation got kind of out of whack. But the more I do this, the better I'll get. So I really appreciate you guys throwing some questions out there. And like I said, I'm open to staying longer, but if nobody has any questions, I can wrap it up. But is there anything anybody wants to talk about? Like I said, we got Halloween Ends comes out Friday. I think I don't think I'm going to do a live stream Friday night. And if I do, it'll be at 10 o'clock. Maybe what I'll do is I'll come home and watch it, and then we can get on here and talk immediate reactions to it. So we might end up having all Halloween Ends, but all spoilers next Friday night, because I already know basically the plot of the movie, but I didn't want to spoil all of it. But then after that's over, then we can start having other topics. So as you guys watch these live streams, hit me up on Instagram, help me come up with some cool new topics. Anybody that wants, if you got a YouTube channel, anybody that wants to come on here and chat, if you want to actually I can send you the link and you can come on here and be live on the channel. That's Tabata Vision. I support him. I watch a lot of his stuff. He does a lot of unboxings of masks and all kinds of stuff. So, and he's big into horror movies. So support his channel, and hopefully I'll get him on here and we can talk horror one week. Either way. So, anybody that's left over, what are you guys watching other than Halloween Ends and Hellraiser? Because I'm always looking for other horror movies to to watch and maybe possibly review on the channel. So look for that. I got my quick reviews, like little 5-minute reviews that I'm not diving too deep into. Barbarian, The Munsters, and possibly a Shudder movie that I watched that I haven't talked about yet. So got a lot of good stuff coming up on the channel in the next week. Dollar Tree. That was the other thing I was going to do. I'm going to go ahead and announce it here, but it'll get an official video. The giveaway is going to be, I'm going to post a video Sunday night. The 2-year anniversary of my channel will be Sunday. And I've just hit 1,600 subscribers, and it's 2 years. So I'm going to do 2 giveaways. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, might watch Host. Host is good. I've seen it. It's pretty good. I think you'll like it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to post a video, and in it, it's going to talk about the 2 things that I'm going to give away for my anniversary, 2-year anniversary, and my 1,600 subscribers. All you got to do is you got to be a subscriber. So anybody that comments, I'm going to look to verify you're a subscriber. And if you do, you have to comment which one of these prizes you want. That's all you have to do. I'm going to have 2 prizes. Then it's on for a week, we're going to run it. Anybody makes a comment, whether it be 1 person or 10 people, I'm going to put whichever prize you want. I want to put on a prize wheel and on the next live stream after that. So it'll be, maybe that's what we'll do to celebrate Halloween Ends. I'll post it on Sunday and we'll run it until Friday, and then I'll do it on the live stream. The first giveaway is Halloween related. I've got an extra large shirt that I bought from Walmart. There's the logo from the classic movie, The Night He Came Home. It's got the quote from Dr. Loomis at the bottom about him being evil. You're going to get that, and you're going to get this Blu-ray triple feature of H2O, The Curse, and Resurrection. That's prize pack number 1. Like I said, you don't have to remember this tonight, but anybody that watches it, I'm going to post a video Sunday night, and that's going to be the first prize pack. And because it got over so well, and if you watch, I do a lot of Dollar Tree movie hunting. The second prize, and all you have to do is tell me which one you want, is this popcorn bucket that's got 12 movies in it. I think there's 7 Blu-rays and 5 DVDs, mostly horror. And I'm not going to show them here. They will be unveiled during the video that I post Sunday. So that'll be my 2-year anniversary / 1,600 subscriber giveaway. And all you're going to do is have to, on that video, post a comment and tell me which one you want. And then I'll put you on the prize wheel, and then we'll spin it in a week, and we'll find out who wins. So I appreciate anybody that supports me. And so I want to give back to you guys. And then we'll probably do another one when we hopefully hit 2,000 subscribers. And I don't know that I'll do that this year, but yeah, you never know. Nice. Yep. I want to give back. So any of you guys, like I said, I mean, I know a lot of people left. It doesn't matter. Like I said, the video will come out and will detail everything. Nobody has to remember it. So I appreciate anybody that watches my channel and supports me. And like I said, I want to give back to you guys anytime I can. So what time is it? It's 11:15. If yes, you guys got any major topics you want to talk about, I think I'm going to wrap it up because I think I'm going to go watch Hellraiser. But like I said, I can't believe that I've been doing this for 2 years. Really didn't get into it during the first, year as much, but this last year I've really tried to, anything that I come across that's pop culture related, whether movies, TV, toys, or whatever, I've tried to put out some news. Anytime I watch a movie, good, bad, or indifferent, I either try to mention it or do a review, and hopefully you guys will keep supporting me as we go. And like I said, next week, maybe we'll just do live reaction spoilers, anything spoiler related to Halloween Ends. I know so much about it, and I'm hoping that some of it is not exactly the way I think it's going to go, but you never know. Watch my video for the unmasking that I did of this bad boy. It's a really, I think, so far, not a lot of buzz has been generated around it. It's a very underrated mask. I really like it. I like the style. I like the way they did the mold and all that stuff on it. So, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys. And like I said, Anybody that comes along, if you want to support the channel, I got my information down below. You can do super chats before or after streams. Anything money that I ever get, I've gotten a few bucks here or there. I've bought movies, and actually I think one of the super chats that I got, I paid for that Monsters DVD that I bought. So yep, I'll invest anything I ever get back in the channel. So let's go. I'm gonna go watch Hellraiser, and then I'll let you guys know what I think. So I really appreciate you guys, and until next time, boys and girls, this is JEFFMAN316, your pop culture reporter, signing out, saying you guys be safe out there.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, I saw you make a comment. I killed it. What vid is your giveaway? Where do we comment? I was letting my dog out. Don't worry. I'm going to record a video this weekend, and I'm dropping it on Sunday. And it's basically going to be called my 2-year anniversary 1,600 subscriber video. And in that, it's going to, everything I just went over will be recorded again in a video. And it's going to have the two the options. And all you have to do under that video is comment under that video. So it'll be the 2-year anniversary, and it's dropping Sunday, probably 6 or 8 o'clock at night. Comment under that which one of the prize packs you want. And then as long as you're a subscriber, then you'll be put on a prize wheel about a week later. And we'll, like I said, maybe we'll do it during the live stream. That's all. It's going to be easy, but don't even remember it. Just watch the video Sunday when I drop it, and you'll get everything. So I appreciate you, buddy.
Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.